Welcome back, E.W.E Universe, and we are back here with another YouTube video. And today, guys, we're gonna be going through top 5 John Cena rivals. There were 5 of them. In my opinion, I'm not even gonna lie, they probably gonna be like most other YouTubers' videos, but the top 5 the top 3 I think are going to be the same but interchangeable, and all of these are really probably on your list too, if I'm being honest, but I want to make my own YouTube video about this and let you guys know my own opinion, so let's get right into it. Okay, Brock Lesnar. They debuted in E.W.E at the same time, or really, they trained together, I bet, or they did. And they kind of like did cross paths in the early 2000s, but I'm really like focusing on when Brock Lesnar came back 2012. They had a match at Elimination Chamber. Then the whole thing with Seth Rollins, I explained in another YouTube video back a few months ago, or a few weeks ago, however long it was. I suggest you go and watch that, honestly, before you watch this one. But I'm not going to really touch on this one because in that video I did touch on it. This is probably one of the best rivalries for Cena, definitely. I enjoyed it. I watched it back in 2020. Like, I rewatched it. I loved it. And honestly, probably one of the best that he had. Not much to say. Hard-hit matches. The steel cage match that they had. No, not steel cage. That was Triple H and Brock Lesnar. The Extreme Rules match that they had at that pay-per-view was phenomenal. So I suggest you go and watch that match. But also that whole feud was amazing. Even what they did after the fact was amazing too. Okay, number 4, Edge. I like what they did in 2006, how Edge cashed in on Cena on that whole feud. I watched that whole thing actually. The whole feud. From beginning to end on WWE Playlist. And I watched some of the Wars episodes back then because for some reason that year, 2006, I think I watched most of those Wars back because I got bored one day and I just literally binge watched Monday Night Raw from that time period. So I watched this whole feud. I watched all the matches that they had. I absolutely love this feud. I got nothing else to say, but the other 3, like, this would be the best Cena feud if the other 3 didn't exist. And honestly, I have an argument putting this at 3, but I just can't, just because how the next one is going to be in my heart. This one is just untouchable with the 2011 Money in the Bank match. Like I said before, I can't even put Edge above this. I wish I can. I just can't. I put Edge above Brock Lesnar just because that one day I watched all the Wars including. But this, like, some old Punk ties into all of this. Cena was so good around this time. You can't. These two guys were in their primes, and when Cena was just getting up there, and I would argue Edge was probably in his prime at the time Cena was going up at that time. With the love I have for Punk and Cena being one of my favorite wrestlers, both of them, top 10 at least, I can't put Edge over this, and this is the reason why it's at number 3. And number 2 is a big thing to do with internet and why I like it so much, and I just feel like I hopped on the bandwagon with number 2. This one, I just love the Summer Punk and what they did with Cena and everything after. Even though it's Cena great at rivalries, everything that happened after with Punk was amazing. How Cena tied into, amazing. So that's why at number 3. So for everyone else, this might be the number 1, and this is where I become different. And I'm not doing it because I want to be different. I will say the word when I get to the number 1. If you watch my other Cena videos I've been making this year, you know who my number 1 is. But this feud, I watched some of it. I watched a playlist that WWE posted that was like 3 hours long about it. I like it. Wait, is it my favorite? No, it can't be. There is an argument in my head that Punk is better than Orton, but I really can't, just because the social media kind of influenced me to like Randy Orton's better rivalry with Cena than Punk. I watched most of their matches. I won't say I watched every one. I know the promos. I watched probably most of the promo. I watched most of this feud. Because I think it's just because Orton, I don't know. It's just one of those like things that gotta be at 2 and not my number 1. The top, I would say 2 and 3, or if you ask me on depending on the day. I remember making this list and looking at it today. When I made a list, Orton was number 3 and Punk was number 2, but today Orton is number 2 and Punk is number 3. And I think I made that list about 2 days ago, so every day this swaps, but today I can't really beg to differ. I did watch a match today with Cena and Orton with a friend. Kind of did change my views, but still, I feel like Orton and Cena definitely deserve this spot. And of course, nostalgia wins again. This was my first ever big feud when I got into wrestling in 2016, 2015. Consistently watching in 2016, I remember this. Nothing can top this. This would be my forever best feud. I enjoyed. Can't even beat Randy and Jeff Hardy, and that's saying a lot. Or New Day versus Usos during that time too. This feud is one of the best feuds in wrestling history, in my opinion. I know you can pay to differ with Randy Orton. If you watch wrestling for 20 years, I would cold-heartedly believe you, Orton and Cena is better. But just when I was little, watching this feud, when it got me into wrestling, AJ Styles plays a big part in my watching wrestling. He was one of the wrestlers I first got attached to and kept me around in 2019 too. So I can't really go against it, really. Just the little kid in me just wants this to be number 1, better than Orton and Punk. And I hope this is Cena's retirement match. But thank you guys so much for watching this YouTube video. Don't forget to leave a like. Let me know what you want to see next. And subscribe. Peace out for now.